I heard about a family who had twin boys who, besides their looks, were absolute opposites in every other way. One was an eternal optimist, and the other a doom and gloom pessimist. So just to see what would happen on Christmas Day, their father filled the pessimist room with every imaginable toy and game he could find. And in the optimist son's room, he simply filled it with horse manure. After a few hours, the father passed by the pessimist room and found him sitting among his new gifts crying bitterly. "Why are you crying?" the father asked. "Because my friends will be jealous, and I'll have to read all these instructions before I can do anything with this stuff. And I'll constantly need batteries, and my toys will eventually get broken," answered the pessimist son. When he entered the optimist boy's room, the father found him dancing for joy in the pile of manure. "What are you so happy about?" he asked, to which his optimist twin replied, "There's got to be a pony in here somewhere." Christmas is all about gift giving. One of the greatest joys for me at my age is watching the excitement on the faces of my grandkids on Christmas Day. Seeing them open their long anticipated gifts makes Christmas the most fun day of the year for me.
Yes! It's the stadium I wanted! The exact stadium I wanted!
The gifts that we give to children match their Christmas gifts list and are likely material gifts like toy trucks or dolls or video games or the dreaded clothes. Did you know that there are gifts that God gives His children that are not material but spiritual? These spiritual gifts are listed in 1 Corinthians 12 and Romans 12 and include wisdom, faith, knowledge, healing, prophecy, discernment, service, teaching, encouragement, leadership, and many others. What makes these gifts unusual is found in the purpose for which God has given them. In 1 Corinthians 12:7, the Bible says a spiritual gift is given to each of us so we can help each other. Paul is saying that the purpose of these spiritual gifts is not for our benefit, but for the benefit of other people. And this is contrary to what we expect from typical Christmas gifts. And notice not everyone has been given the same spiritual gifts. It is important for each one of us to find the specific gift or gifts that God has given us. And the reason is because some of the most frustrated Christians I know are struggling to exercise somebody else's gifts rather than their own. I'm reminded of a pastor I knew some years ago who lacked the gift of mercy. As hard as he tried to extend mercy to others, especially to those who were hurting, he unintentionally came across to them as harsh or uncaring. This inability to show mercy created serious problems for him in fulfilling the pastoral care ministries expected of most pastors. And so for that reason, he was advised by the deacons of the church to rely on others within the congregation who did display the gift of mercy, allow them to visit the minister and minister to the sick in the hospital. The pastor once was approached by a parishioner who chided him because she said, "I was in the hospital for a week and you never came to see me. Tell me, what would I have to do for you to make a hospital visit?" To which he replied, "Ma'am, you don't want to be that sick." In the book of Romans, Paul makes clear what we are to do with these spiritual gifts when he writes, "In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well." So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. I wonder what difference it would make in the lives of our families and communities if each of us used our God-given spiritual gifts this Christmas for the benefit of others. That's something to consider.